Good morning, students. Today we'll still continue with the chapter Circulatory System. We are about to come to the end of this chapter. Now today we'll discuss about the blood group. As everyone know, the blood group you have heard about at least A, B, O, etc. Now, how these blood groups are classified? These blood groups are classified according to the presence of type of antigens. Now, before we start, you must be clear with the word antibody and antigen. Antibody is a chemical substance which helps to neutralize the toxic substance produced by the germs in our body. An antigen is a substance which produces the antibody. Two types of antigens. There are two types of antigen A and B. They are represented by capital letter. And two types of antibody represented by small a and b. Now, to identify the blood group, there are four types of blood group: A, B, and O. If the antigen present is capital A, antibody B, that group is group A. Now, second, you go this way. Antigen capital B and antibody A, this group A is B. Now, if the blood has both the antigen A, B and not antibody, and no antibody, that blood group is AB. And if a blood has both the antibodies but no antigen, that blood group is O. So once again, AB, capital AB, antigen AB, antibody represented by small ab. For blood group, if you find antigen A and antibody B, that blood group is A. And if antigen B and antibody A is present, that blood group is B. And if both antigens are present, AB, but not antibodies, that group is AB. And if only antigen AB, antibody A and B is present, but antigen is absent, that blood group is O. Now, how to identify who can take which group of blood and who can donate which type of blood? Here is a simple chart. This one is the recipient, means the one who receives, and these are the blood group of the donor. There are four: A, B, A, B, O, A, B, A, B, A, B, O. Now see, you start from the right hand side column. Easy way to remember this group combination. First column from the right side, cross, 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 tick. Cross, 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 tick. Second column, all tick, 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 tick. Now third column, you start with cross, alternate. Cross, tick, tick. And the first column, the last column from the right hand side, tick, start with tick, cross, cross, tick. So once again, the first column from the right hand side, cross, 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 tick. Second column, all tick. Third column, you start with a cross. Cross, alternate, cross, tick, cross, tick. And the last column from the right hand side, you start with tick. Tick, cross, cross, tick. So, if you practice 2 or 3 times, you can get it. Now, this means donors blood group A can donate to recipient A, but blood A of the donor cannot give blood to group B of the recipient, and A can give his blood to group AB but not to O. So this way you keep on reading. And if you see this chart, see AB, blood group AB of the recipient can receive blood from all the groups of the donor. Once again, group AB of the recipient, the one who receives blood, can receive from all the group. But now, and that is called universal recipient. So AB, blood group AB is the universal recipient. Now if you see, blood group O can donate blood to all the blood groups of the recipient. So group O is called universal donor. So group A is the universal donor and group AB is universal recipient. To remember this chart, at least practice 2 or 3 times the way I told you, it will come to you. Another system of classification of blood is the RH factor. In addition to antigen A and B, blood has a protein on the surface of the red blood cells which is called RH factor. It is called RH factor because this one was discovered in a monkey. Rhesus is the generic name of the monkey, so it gets its name RH factor. A blood having this protein are called RH positive, and the one which do not have is called RH negative. Now see, in blood transfusion, if the donor has RH positive factor and is donated to a recipient whose RH is negative, in this case, transfusion, the recipient develops antibody. And in second transfusion, again if the RH positive is given to the RH negative, the same recipient, the clumping of the blood takes place, means the blood cells of the donor in the recipient starts gathering to one place. Now next, clotting of blood or coagulation of the blood. Clotting of blood means changing of the liquid blood into a semi-solid form in the injured part of the blood vessel. If blood fails to clot, then the blood will keep on flowing from a body. So this clotting of blood takes place in 4 steps. Step 1, formation of a very important enzyme called thrombokinase. In the injured portion, the cells and the blood platelets forms the thrombokinase. Thrombokinase, second step, converts a substance called prothrombin into thrombin along with the element calcium. Thrombin reacts with fibrinogen to convert into fibrin, which are microscopic thread-like structure which entangles to form a network, and this blood cell comes and get collected in this network and thus forms the clot. Now, in this chapter, some of the important terms you must know. Pericardium, double wall that covers the heart. Coronary artery, the blood vessel that supplies blood to the heart muscles. Semilunar valve, the valves present at the base of the base of the pulmonary artery and aorta are called semilunar valves. Pulse, a rhythmical dilation of the artery and caused by systolic action of the ventricles of the heart. Systole, the contracting phase of the heart muscles during which the blood is forced out from the heart. Diastole, the relaxing phase of the heart muscles when the blood auricles get filled with the blood. Phagocytosis, which we have already done, and diapedesis. Diapedesis is the oozing out of the white blood cells from the walls of the blood vessel, and phagocytosis is white blood cell can change its shape. It slowly surrounds and destroys the germs. This process is called phagocytosis. There are two types of circulation of blood. One is systemic circulation and pulmonary circulation. Pulmonary circulation is a short circuit. It involves right ventricle, pulmonary artery, the capillaries in the lungs, and the pulmonary vein and the left auricle. Blood flows through the pulmonary artery from the ventricle to the lungs. Blood gets oxygenated, and his oxygenated blood is brought back to the auricle, left auricle. So it forms a circuit. The third circuit is called pulmonary circuit or circulation. Systemic circulation is a long circuit. It involves left ventricle, aorta, blood vessels of arteries in the different parts, veins, vena cava, and the right auricle. Blood coming out from the aorta. Ultimately, after circulation in the cells, it is brought back to the lungs by the vena cava. So it also forms a circuit, which is a long circuit called systemic circuit. So students, when you prepare for board exam, you can rely on the notes, and if you want further knowledge, you can go through the textbook. Okay, all the best. The chapter is completed.